Hey everybody, it's Eric, 80s Horror Man here, and welcome to another random review, and also happy St. Patrick's Day here for whoever's Irish out there. I know I'm not. So anyway, the movie I'm going to be doing a random review on, you see me do a review on the first one and the second one every time St. Patrick's Day comes around, so I'm going to do another random review to another Leprechaun movie. Only this time it's for Leprechaun 3. So, Leprechaun 3, it was done in 1995, and this time the movie takes place in Las Vegas. So, the movie starts off where this guy comes walking into a pawn shop. He's carrying a sack that's very heavy, and he's got like an eye patch, and he's got like a artificial limb on his right arm with a couple of hooks on his right arm. And he tells the pawn dealer that he needs some money so he can get out of town. And then the guy who bought in the bag containing the statue of the leprechaun itself. He tells the pawn owner not to touch the medallion. So the pawn owner says, "Don't worry, I won't." So he gives the guy with the artificial limb the money that he needs. And next thing you know, the pawn owner ends up removing the medallion from the statue, ends up freeing the leprechaun from his imprisonment when he was frozen as a statue. And now the killing spree for the leprechaun begins. But also in the movie, you see a young guy. He, on his way to college, is driving through the town of Las Vegas. He picks up this beautiful young woman in it, who's actually an assistant to the magician, and he takes her to the casino where she works, and he says, "Hey, can you get me into the casino? I've always wanted to see the inside of a casino, see what it looks like." And he's like underage. He's like 18 or some shit, and apparently you're supposed to be 21 or older just to get in. So she says, "Okay, hey, I want you to go inside it, take a look around, and leave." So he goes inside, takes a look around the casino. The next year ends up sticking around and blows his college tuition money here on the roulette. And then the dealer says go over to the pawn shop across the street to pawn in your watch and get some money. So he goes over to the pawn shop, and next finds the pawn owner dead. Hit it because the leprechaun killed him, and if you've seen the movie, you know how and why. So where he finds this gold shilling on the keyboard for the computer. Then next thing he hears what the computer tells him about, saying that if you have like a certain shilling or anything from a leprechaun, you could make any wish that you want. So he does. He makes a wish saying that he wishes he was back at the casino on a winning streak. And sure enough, he's right back at the casino, and he's like winning all kinds of money, being on a winning streak. And then he ends up staying at a hotel suite. And then the dealer realizes that something's up with this kid, of how he ended up winning so much money. So she ends up sending the magician, who's like a very, very bad magician. He's like not very good at performing magic or anything. And she sends him up to a room that he's staying at. Next he ends up grabbing the shilling, the gold coin, and the next just takes off running. Next the leprechaun shows up at that same hotel suite that the kid is staying at. And says that he wants the gold shilling back. And next where it leaps forward, bites the teen on the arm. Next the guy grabs a steak knife and sticks it into the leprechaun's forehead. And you see the blood spurting out of the leprechaun's head and just spraying it onto the bite mark where the leprechaun bit the guy. So now the leprechaun's blood is like mixed in with the guy's blood. And all of a sudden he's just not feeling well into himself. or if he's like starting to turn into a leprechaun himself. So now the guy's like he get turning into a leprechaun, and he's like part him and part leprechaun. So this gold shilling that the leprechaun is after, every time he ends up trying to get the person who had the gold shilling last, ends up killing him. Turns out that person doesn't have it. The next person has it. So they use that gold shilling to make certain wishes, saying like how that bad magician wishes that he was the greatest magician in the world, or how the one dealer at the roulette table wishes that she could be young, beautiful, and sexy again with a 20-year-old body. Here, so every time the leprechaun ends up killing someone who thinks that person has the shielding, turns out once he kills them, turns out that that person does not have the shielding, and then other person does. So he's just like running around trying to get the gold coin back from people who's got it, making wishes. So overall, this movie's very fun to watch. I definitely enjoyed it because I definitely enjoyed the first three Leprechaun movies. The first one's definitely the best, but all the rest of the Leprechaun movies just kind of went downhill after part three. Yeah, so we're, again, Leprechaun 3 is definitely a fun watch, and I definitely recommend checking out for those who hasn't seen it. But if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But there are some cheesy moments and some weird kills that was or weird moments that happens. Like the dealer who wishes to be young, beautiful, and sexy is played by Carolyn Williams, who's known for playing Stretch in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. When the leprechaun ends up paying her a visit, he ends up messing up her beautiful looks, like making her boobs come out a little bit far, her lips being puckered up, and her ass coming out, making her look like a big ass duck before she blows up. And also, one of the strangest things that you see in the movie is like he comes through a curtain and he's like behind the hotel owner's TV, and next year he puts it like on an adult channel for the hotel owner, and next thing you know the hotel owner is like, "Come and get me, baby." Next thing you know, the girl they seen on TV just comes out of the TV automatically thanks to the leprechaun's magic and just starts making out with her. And the leprechaun is just using his magic, appearing from channel to channel, doing like advertisements for like donations, being dressed as a priest, or doing psychic medium advertisements and all that. So it, like I said, there's like a lot of cheesy, fun moments in this movie, but some of the kills are actually interesting and not bad. So again, Leprechaun 3 from 1995. Definitely recommend checking out for those who hasn't seen it. But if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, if you're going to be home watching whatever Leprechaun movies that you have it, or just going to go out and have a good time. If you're Irish, just have fun. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Have you seen this movie before? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for some more videos. Later.